I'm kind of happy I never learned how to use TikTok. And I think I am not, I think I'm the only one. Like, I think you've adopted, most normal people have adopted, most comedians.
Right. I was forced to it.
Forced to it, and you censor yourself. You say things like unalive and Z word. And
I try not to just like remove these words so I don't have to say unalive or zegs or whatever. Because I would be so embarrassed, to be honest.
What is Zegs? Zionist?
No, sex. But they write it SEGGS.
Oh my God. Segs.
Yeah.
Segs. Segways.
Yeah, it is truly one of the most embarrassing things to happen to humankind.
But also like terrifying, because it's a little bit of like obeying in advance. In fact, it's the most obeying in advance is censoring yourself on social media.
Which is funny, because a lot of comedians would be like, no one tells me what to say except the algorithm.
Exactly. But so now, again, in part because of all of the speech that was happening around Palestine and the genocide, we know that there was a vote to force the sale of TikTok, last year, before Trump even got into office. And now in July, TikTok hired a former IDF instructor to be their public policy manager for hate speech. Which,
nice.
Just
to be fair, they had to get a hate speech expert. And who else but an IDF soldier? It's like, I've done that so many times.
Exactly. Oh, trust me. Dehumanizing an entire people. Got it. So again, the forced sale is coming up, and now there's been whispers that possibly the Ellison family, Larry Ellison and his son David, who again just merged Skydance and Paramount, who let Stephen Colbert go, obviously after they saw your set on there and we're like, how dare he?
Exactly.
No, and now are handing $200 million likely to Barry Weiss. That has not been finalized, but like very much committed Zionists are possibly going to own a large stake of TikTok. But here was Trump in an interview with Fox, giving a little bit more insight. And there is one name that comes up as well as possible owners of TikTok.
So you get back from the United Kingdom this week. First thing you do, talk to President Xi. It seems like you guys are getting really, really close to a deal for Americans to take over TikTok. They'll get to keep the algorithm because it's so addictive. That's what makes it so valuable. How much money are we talking? How much are these Americans?
A tremendous amount of money.
Billions?
Oh, I'd rather have them. They're very well-known people, and Larry Ellison's one of them. He's involved. He's a great guy. Michael Dell is involved. I hate to tell you this, but a man named Lachlan is involved. You know who Lachlan is? That's a very unusual name, Lachlan Murdoch.
Mr. Murdoch.
I believe, and you call him, and Rupert is probably going to be in the group. I think they're going to be in the group. A couple of others, really great people, very prominent people. And they're also American patriots. They love this country. So I think they're going to do a really good job.
I love the Mr. Murdoch, we call him. Wow, we never say Lachlan around here. Like he was sweating like crazy.
So pathetic. I am sorry. I am never calling anyone named Lachlan Mr.
Also, Lachlan, I feel like is like there's only one Lachlan, and that's Sarah McLachlan.
Right.
In my mind.
Right, 100%.
100%. Thank you for backing that up.
Yes.
So now it seems like he goes, Trump, I hate to tell you, but it's going to be Murdoch. So there's going to be, it could be, I don't know what's worse. I actually think the Ellison brother, like the father would be worse as an owner,
right,
of TikTok.
I'm just very excited to see what a Zionist algorithm would be like. I'm so excited for all of those videos that get ready with me as we establish illegal settlements in the West Bank or something like that.
Get ready with me, yeah, while we shoot live ammunition at children. No, it is kind of that dissonant. I mean, Israeli soldiers will do that kind of stuff. They think they look so hot in their little Nazi uniforms. They're all about that. And, the reason I say I think that Lachlan or Mr. Murdoch might be a little less bad. Here is Larry Ellison a few years ago at I believe it was a Friends of the IDF fundraiser, talking about Israel.
Tell us, what is your connection to Israel?
Well, the renewal of the Jewish state is something that I think touches all of us. For 2,000 years, we were a stateless people. And now we have a country of our own, defended by all the brave men and women of the IDF. So anything we can do to support them, who devote their lives for preserving the state of Israel.
Now, Paige is correcting me that actually it might just be an amalgamation of all these guys, that everyone is going to be in part involved. So the Ellisons, the Murdochs, and whomever else. So, like, I don't know. I'm not wedded to TikTok enough to know what this could do, but I feel like people will be boycotting.
I don't know, you think, but then I feel like there's going to be enough propaganda around it by creators who want to be in it, who are going to justify still being on TikTok, and then people are just going to follow.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's also people argue for Facebook. Like, we still have to post there, and it's important because everyone's, aunt is on there, and it's like, yeah, okay. And I post on, Facebook, and I guess that's good. I mean, Meta in the grand scheme of 2025 feels like the least evil corporation. And yet in 2016, it was probably the worst. Mm-hmm. No matter how much Zuckerberg is trying to remake and rebrand himself. But, it's all just like this forced sale is the most fascist ass corporatist thing I think we've seen, because fascism, again, the merging of corporations and the state. We're seeing that. The FCC asking for Disney and ABC to suspend or fire Kimmel, and then they, in turn, in kind, respond. And honestly, I would love you to weigh in on this, because even though Kimmel is back, I think the writing is on the wall. They'll realize they didn't do it the CBS way, and they should have, which is, sorry, you're not earning us enough money.
Right, because they brought that back. They brought that after they got him suspended. You were like, oh, but it's not making money, and they're not enough views. First of all, you did not know that before.
Yeah,
like that. Also, we know that is not the reason. You literally made it clear that it was because of what he said,
mm-hmm.
and you cannot just be like, no, and not enough ratings. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
Stop
no,
it.
Absolutely. And we'll see, what kind of pressure. There's still pressure campaigns on Sinclair Media and Nexstar, which are refusing to air Kimmel. But it, all, again, like we said before, I said, on last week, all of this, the wheels were greased for this kind of, free speech and this censorship regime because of speech around Palestine that has been censored. And people losing their jobs, and it's like, oh, we can just do this. And now Ellison also, if they buy Warner Brothers Discovery, it's curtains. Yeah. It's curtains for anyone on CNN. It's curtains for anyone on HBO. I don't know, Mohanad, what do you think about this broader, like, before we move on? To me, like, the scarcity of jobs anyway, the scarcity of, because of these mergers, because of the tech takeover as well.
I honestly, obviously it is very, very bad, and it's, I don't know, just getting worse and worse as we go. But I also think, just because like Kimmel got suspended and like other shows are getting the same treatment as well, like that just goes to show you these people have been censoring themselves, not saying anything about Palestine, not talking about Gaza. And it's just like, it doesn't matter. Just be brave enough and say those things, because they will cancel you the second you say anything. It doesn't have to be that.
Yeah.
It could be something very, very small, like literally mentioning Charlie Kirk.
Yep.
And that's it. Not even talking shit about him, just mentioning the circumstances around him. So now you got canceled for that. You could have at least used your platform in the past to say something. And that goes the same to all the people like who in the entertainment industry who are like, just not saying anything and just like being like, no, I don't want to, I don't want to like lose jobs or whatever. I'm like, in the future, soon enough, you are silent and you're still not going to get any jobs. Now what? You're a coward and unemployed.
Absolutely. And no, and that you're a coward and unemployed. I want that on a shirt. And I think like it's also, I think, speaks to how people got to where they were in the first place is by largely playing it safe. I mean, I think, you know, Colbert and Kimmel, I think, are definitely, everyone's making fun of Fallon because they're far edgier than Fallon is. But like, there's something, you know, there is a certain amount of signing away your soul of like fluff and bullshit that you do to even like ascend to that kind of level. You have to be safe for TV anyway. And if you can't point out this insane moment we're living through where everyone left of center is being targeted with their life because of what happened to Charlie Kirk, then what the good are you? You know? And so I think it's, you know, I know there's like stipulation. I mean, Sinclair Media wanted Kimmel to write a formal apology to Charlie Kirk's family and then make a donation to Turning Point USA. I'm like, and we know that Kimmel's not going to do that, but we will.
Yeah, of course.
I think this is kind of a lesson of like, yeah, like what do you really stand for? Like,
also, I'm sorry, like I've watched some clips of that, like the Charlie Kirk, was it like a funeral or something? I don't know what.
Oh, we're
like
gonna get into it in one moment.
Okay, but yeah, I think everything that happened in that event is more offensive than anything that Jimmy Kimmel has said. It's insane.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.